Characters of illusion. We are familiar with the world of illusions and gladly take part in it most of the time, when we knowingly engage at least. But it would appear that alongside the laid out version we buy into, literally, there is another one that isn't so obvious, or at least wasn't for quite some time. Are you not entertained goes into how we allow ourselves to be captured by the stories and fantasies they portray, facilitating our own part as the audience. Actors. These are obviously the main characters in all this, as the frontmen of the illusion. But as with all the other creepy setups like carnivals, fairs, theme parks and such, there are the behind the scenes folk making it all happen. And as with any other industry, they have noticed makes vast amounts of money. They have perfected it along the way. But this one is slightly different, as you can use them for all sorts of other engineering purposes, it would seem, previously discussed in How Weird. But the last few years has seen a strange utilisation of certain celebrities, the stories about them, their strange deaths seeming like a movie set or storyline, timely reveals, takedowns and newly sewn up plots, what people are used to watching on TV. So does anyone notice when it appears to be the same suddenly in real life? Some do, but it appears that for others, it's not so noticeable and is a seamless crossover. I start to wonder though about what else the actors have helped with over the years, and that means all the players, acting their part for the bigger stage that is working behind what we, the audience, gets to see. Shoulder pads. Were they just a fashion statement and natural development? Or was it perhaps a design idea in order to shoulder the differences in appearance of square, boxy male shoulder ratios? Power dressing they called it, using them to good effect in fashion, film, industry and so on. Blurring the lines again between women achieving something as women, and then having to imitate a male feature once there, or to be accepted. Competition. It also struck me over the years how there are indeed stark differences between the two sexes when it comes to being competitive, just on an average level. But when it gets to high level sports and industries, where there is a lot of sponsorship, trophies, marketing and pressure, is that really an environment women would choose naturally? And the answer may well be yes, and it could be that the top ones and consistent winners are part of the EGI programme, and lots of others are just there to make up the numbers, as you might say. And that's why only a few make it, or stand out and go down in history as the one that broke the mould. The latest weird stunt by a well-known brand of alcohol, followed by other industries recently, decided to cause an uproar by casting a strange character indeed, and one that at first just seemed an obvious joke. A man performing what looked to be a parody of being female, with exaggerated gestures and expressions, and an overact of some female traits, along with garments and hairstyles to show off the newfound femininity with which he was portrayed. All very strange. But given the new path my thought process has taken, I now wonder if it's an even stranger reveal. Almost as if they want you to see what you have really been looking at for all those years, without the extra implants and hormones, without the years of grooming and presentation. Which then leads to my next two thoughts, where there might have been hints in movies, as there always is, and discussed in Show and Tell. From Dusk Till Dawn, where the dancing snake lady, Salma Hayek, turns from beautiful one second to a bloodthirsty, demonic vampire the next. Could also just be a metaphor for a gold digger, but given what has been circulating about what the elite get up to, it might just not be a metaphor for anything at all, but just the plain old truth. The Shining. The scene in the bathroom where the young woman is revealed in the mirror to be a hideous old rotting hag, deceived by what you think you see. Sirens. Slightly different as they are apparently mythical, but seems relevant here. They are said to be sea creatures or monsters, enticing seafaring men with their beauty and singing voices, then when they get close they get consumed. Take that out of the water and onto land, and factor in a lot of other talk of demons, witches, and how that industry operates, and suddenly it seems a bit more plausible. And maybe they were placed in stories as mythical and seabound, so that you wouldn't notice them being around you, or when you are being hypnotised by their song. So, it now becomes a very strange reality, where you don't actually know who is what, and what is who, With all the talk of various actors apparently playing the lead roles in politics in America, no one ever dies, no one is who you think they are, and if everyone keeps going the way it seems to be, no one is even going to know who they themselves are by the end of it. Quite the confusing movie to have everyone watching. With strange characters, odd dialogue, no director, plot holes and dodgy sets. But the doors have been locked behind you on the way in, and we all end up becoming part of this long-running, busted-up film. Just like those never-ending franchises that keep staggering on. So does the weirdness.